Alright, so I bought Cyberpunk when it first released, and honestly, just like with everyone, I was disappointed. It was not a good game. It was filled with bugs, it was terrible, it was just not fun. We all remember. We all remember how terrible it was. I think the concept of the game is incredible. I just think it was really buggy and it was unfinished, and I know the developers were like forced to release the game against their best compromise or against their best wishes. They didn't actually want to release the game, but I think the company itself like made this. They just said, "Hey, you have to release it." That's what I understand. I don't know if it's true. It could be true. It could not be. That's what happens when you live an uninformed life like I do. And although the reasons behind it is not surprising, it kind of sucked, and it really put me off wanting to play the game. I was like, screw this company. They're toxic. They're giving into their investors and their executives and not making a good game. Screw it. I'm not going to play this game. But after sometime being 4 years, eventually one of my friends actually convinced me to try the game. Right? He'd been basically pleading for me to play it ever since he played it about maybe a year and a half to 2 years ago. And that's when the game had gotten improved and it was good and it wasn't a buggy mess. Although it's still pretty buggy, but it's okay. It's not as bad as it once was. But so yeah, I vowed to never play it again. My friend convinced me. So yeah, the first entrance into Night City is pretty awesome. As V, I went with Street Kid as my first playthrough. I think it's a pretty good playthrough because meeting Padre and you're kind of close. You have the same kind of starting point as Jackie. Which the way that you meet Jackie and the way you guys become friends is kind of silly. Like it doesn't, it's just strange, but it's okay. It's good enough, and it helps you kind of figure out like the world and see the world you're in, and you're literally in the thick of Night City as a Street Kid V, which is cool. I haven't played the other playthroughs. I just started a Nomad playthrough. And I'm going to try to make that person like more selfish because the V that I had initially was very like selfless, helping everyone, always trying to like find like the best moral decision. But this V I'm making next is not going to be, I'm going to try to be as evil as I can just to see what happens. I know there's some different endings and I researched that. But what a good game, honestly. Cyberpunk 2077, incredible game. It's so good. There's so much to unpack from that game. The first thing is Night City itself. When you get put out into the world and you're able to go around and explore, it's like really cool to see just the world. It's beautiful. Like maybe it's a bit biased for me because I just upgraded my GPU, so it's like the first time I really had to test it out, in a brand new game that's really, really resource intensive. But damn, the game's beautiful, especially in some areas where, for example, if you're next to other characters, like multiple characters, and you're talking to them face to face, you can like see like the wrinkles. Oh, it's cool. Someone that started gaming like in like Nintendo 64 era and seeing like Super Mario 64 with fucking Mario's blocky ass head, or all the old school graphics, just seeing it now, it's fucking cool. And because of that, man, I took like so many pictures. I probably show a bunch of pictures here while I'm talking about this, but whenever I thought something was scenic or thought something was cool, I'm like, fuck, I gotta take a picture of this, just for whatever reason, just so I can share with you guys. Also, so I can share with my friend, and I can talk to it. All of my friends too, even my acquaintances, people I don't talk to too much, they're telling me, man, you gotta play Cyberpunk. It's a great game. So I really took the dive and I really went for it. Now, the majority of the characters that you do play with and you kind of do things for, even like the fixers and stuff like that, they have cool backstories, or they're interesting in some way. Even Takamura, I think of Takamura because of the type of person he is. I know there's like an evil thing with him, and I think he's cool. I think Jackie obviously is like, that's like one of the most devastating parts of the game. Jackie's awesome. My favorite character, it's hard. Johnny is probably my favorite character, but it has to be said that he's kind of insane in some ways. But he just like, he feels so cool. He's such a badass, and I like that badass framing that he has. It's pretty fun. But maybe other than Johnny, because I feel like it's a cop out to say Johnny. It's a cop out because he's like the character you always see. I don't know. That's a hard decision, man. That's a tough decision. I'm going through my mind all the characters I experienced: Pan Am, the fucking Judy, River, Carrie. What's that girl's name? I forgot the. There's a black woman that's in Johnny's band. I have to look this up. Hold on. I say Johnny's band like it's not called fucking Samurai. Anyway, Danny. I think it's Danny. Yeah, dude. Meeting her for the first time, at her house when the other dude like drove a fucking cement truck in it or whatever. I think it's Henry. That was crazy. She's a beautiful woman. It was a very, very well designed character. I really like her. I like her personality. But that's like more a side character. You don't really see much of her. I didn't do much of the side quests. I know that the main part of this game, one part of this game, is like romancing the characters and stuff like that. I did the basic bitch shit, romancing Pan Am. It's like basic straight male activities, but I think on my next playthrough I'm gonna romance Judy because I like Judy's character too. She's I think you can relate more to Judy if you're someone that plays video games a lot and someone that like makes videos like this. She's more like all of us that make videos and play games than Pan Am. Pan Am's kind of like a badass. She's like a mechanic. Anyway, that's a roundabout way of saying my favorite character, probably Denny. Denny, even though I didn't see her that much. Maybe that's a stupid decision just because she's beautiful. But yeah. Anyway, the build I went when I was playing, this is my first build. Usually when I play open world RPG games in general, any kind of RPG games, for the first time, I always try to play stealth. I don't know why, I'm just always stealth. I like taking it very slow and kind of taking in the world and like, yeah. I really enjoy doing that. I think that's my favorite part of the game is to stealth through it. And also it's like fun, but there's one thing that I realize that's a bit stupid is that if I stealth through like a normal playthrough, because I just did normal difficulty, it's very easy. Like a pistol build stealth thing, that's what I did. I initially started with like a throwing knife build, but then I kind of got bored of it because it's just, I don't know, it just wasn't that interesting. It was cool because I literally just one shot any character I saw. I just threw a knife, they're dead, and on their head. And I went down like the pistol build route. That's pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I particularly enjoyed Johnny's pistol. I basically used Johnny's pistol the whole rest of the game when I got it, because that scene when you're playing as Johnny and you and Rogue and Spider and everyone go to Arasaka Tower to blow it up, like that, I just felt so badass. I just wanted to be Johnny. Like whenever I had that gun, I just felt like I was Johnny because the little like tricks that he did when he reloads it. It's a very annoying gun when you're in a big fight though, because if you don't aim well, if you don't use your bullets well, then you have to takes about 15 seconds to fucking reload the damn thing. But you do look cool doing it, and that matters a lot. Now the character that I romanced was, like I said earlier, Pan Am. She was interesting. Her personality was very like flamboyant, or maybe very intense and very all over the place, you know? And it's like shows a lot with her type of character, type of person that she is. You know, someone that's like unsure of what's going on, unsure of her life, unsure of the direction she's going. And she kind of looks to you, or she doesn't look to anyone at first, right? If you don't, it takes time for her to warm up to you, and to warm up to anyone. That's just the type of person she is. She needs time to like trust you, and you need to like help her a lot. But eventually you trust her, or eventually she trusts you, my bad. And then you get to that point where you guys fucking do the deed in like a, I don't even know what that like vehicle is. It's a cool vehicle though. It reminds me of those tanks in Halo 3 where you like drive around, you like shoot the mortar. You can like shoot in the very far back, just shoot the mortar at people. That was a crazy. And then if you want to, like, you can like throw I think you could throw a nade in there and blow up the person up in there. I can't remember. That was a long time ago, and I'm sure that reference does not land to anyone. But Panem was good. Panem was cool. It's always interesting with romancing characters because it's easy. Like, you don't want it to go visual novel status or story game status where it's like you say one good thing and then they just want to like marry you right there on the spot, like an anime. It's like these characters, at least Panem, felt like a real character, like a real person that was going through struggles and having turmoil, and you actually had to like help her get through it, and then she had to like actually develop a trust in you. There was more to it than just, oh, you do one nice thing for me, I'm not gonna drop my pants or whatever. I like that. I think that was cool. One interesting thing that I found out as I was like researching all the endings once I completed the game is that there's some endings that like punish you for not doing side quests. So I guess if you speedrun the main quest, you get punished for not doing side quests. I forgot what the punishment is, but I thought that was interesting because they want you to experience the world. It's like this game is about slowly experiencing things and being patient and figuring things out slowly. It's not about like rushing to the end. And it's a beautiful like analogy or a beautiful way of kind of, I got distracted with my hair. It's just a beautiful way of showing it, even like in an end game scenario. I think that's cool. The game is so cool, and it's worth the play. Like if you're someone that likes sci-fi RPGs, you would really enjoy this game. But it took 2 years of convincing from my friends to like get me to play it. So if you are like me, where you're like felt kind of betrayed by CD Projekt Red, then I get it. You'll either get around to it or you won't. The beautiful thing about the gaming industry and the industry that we all know and love is that we have so many options. We have so many different games and so many different beautiful things that you don't have to play this game if you don't want. You can always skip it. But in my opinion, it's an incredible game. And it's definitely, if you're someone that plays video games a lot, it's definitely worth playing.